You've probably heard numerous stories about how people have made life-changing investments by identifying Googles and Apples early and wish you could do the same. Well, don't worry about it because I found a company that I believe has the same enormous potential but very little risk. Hello judges and fellow investors, my name is Hraday Jhala and I'm a research analyst from Raffles Institutions Singapore, here today to pitch Roku, ticker symbol ROKU. The company currently trades at $61.64, representing a 32% upside to my target price of $81.59. It has an $8.5 billion market cap, and it is the leading provider of TV streaming platforms and devices. The company's streaming platform facilitates access to a wide variety of content, including TV shows, movies, news, sports, and proprietary content on their own streaming service, the Roku channel. Within the platform segment, Roku earns through advertising solutions and through distribution revenue from Disney Plus and Netflix for revenue sharing models on subscriptions and transaction fees for an account created on their own platform. The devices segment focuses on the sale of streaming players, Roku branded TV, smart home solutions, audio products, and other accessories. The company also engages in licensing agreements with TV manufacturers such as TCL. Roku has a dominant position in the US TV operating system market with over 80 million active accounts and 100 billion streaming hours spent on the company, or about 4.1 hours per day per account. I believe Roku is a buy due to the following key points. Roku has a very strong business model. It's so focused on streaming and the speed of its execution has allowed it to have the lowest hardware costs and the lowest software costs of any company. Next, it has very high room for growth due to both international expansion and the tailwinds for streaming ad revenue from linear to streaming TV. Last but not least, they have indicated an increased focus on profitability. CEO Anthony Wood addressed their strategy in the company's recent Q4 earnings call as one shifting from profitless growth to turning the company into a cash flow machine. Roku pioneered TV streaming and led the switch from linear TV to streaming. Streaming market saw a surge of consumers as they increasingly opted for on-demand content during COVID-19. The global video streaming market size was worth around $108 billion in 2023 and is projected to grow at a rate of 19% annually until 2030. Another way to look at this is that 49% of US households currently take linear cable TV, down from 74% in 2018. In the same amount of time, the US households taking streaming services has skyrocketed from 52% to 83%. However, the majority of the US $70 billion TV ad budget is still spent on linear TV. This means that when the shift on streaming occurs, roughly $200 per ARPU could be earned by Roku from this shift. Roku has a very strong growing wide moat. This is due to their high switching costs because once a Roku TV is bought, the customer is essentially locked in. Advertisers are also locked in as they collect valuable data and have very high switching costs due to the cost of acquiring a new customer. Next, Roku has very strong network effects. As the user base grows, it collects more data and attracts more publishers and more advertisers. Due to the increased publishers and personalized recommendations, its user base then grows. This is a self-reinforcing cycle. Roku also has a very strong brand. For example, in the American Customer Satisfaction Index, Roku ranked the highest among streaming TV players in terms of customer satisfaction. Roku's ownership of both hardware and streaming platform enables it to have the most affordable options as well, with the cheapest dongle being priced at a third of its competitors. Customers have insignificant bargaining power over Roku because once they use the Roku software, they're essentially locked in. However, Roku does have a high intensity of competitive rivalry because they have to fight alongside Amazon, Google, and Apple vying for market share. Regarding the bargaining power of suppliers and threat of new entrants and threat of substitutes, there are very low threat of substitutes because no one else can offer the amount of scale that Roku can, and Roku has very favorable relations with its suppliers. Roku's three-phase business model is tailored towards driving revenue growth by growing scale, engagement, and monetization. This allows them to achieve their mission of becoming a global streaming platform. To grow scale, Roku has focused on three main things: platform expansion, international growth, and the introduction of new devices such as their recent introduction of smart home monitoring systems. To grow engagement, Roku increases the amount of channels present on the Roku channel. and also increases the amount of high quality content created to the development of their own content. Roku also makes personalized satisfactions and allows customers to look at their streaming softwares from one whole bundle. Regarding monetization, Roku slowly increases the amount of ads placed on TV and does this while also maximizing customer satisfaction through innovative ad placement in Roku's new Roku City and All Things Home configurations. Roku has also increased its share of distribution revenue on external channels on the Roku channel due to the massive scale that they have grown. Regarding Roku's financials, 2021 was a high point in profitability. However, this was mainly due to the COVID-19 induced switch to streaming. Roku has capitalized on this and has focused on reinvesting back into the business to fuel growth over the past few years. This has allowed the company to become very big. Now they're focusing on improving margins and improve profits. Roku has grown at a rate of 36.3%, almost twice of that of the streaming market over the last 5 years. Roku's expected earnings per share growth rate is 78%. Roku's balance sheet is also very healthy and strong, and the company has zero long-term debt. My target price for Roku is $81.59, and I came into this target price using the following assumptions. A 30 times free cash flow multiple. I think free cash flow is the best measure of the company's valuation since management has communicated this. I've also assumed that Roku's free cash flow per share in 2025 is $2.72 based on the 12% revenue growth and 10% free cash flow margins. The main investment risks for Roku are the reliance on a limited number of retailers. For example, Walmart, Amazon, and Best Buy accounted for 71% of Roku's net player sales. This can affect its ability to grow. Scale. Next is Roku's competition from Goliaths. They face competition from the likes of Apple, Amazon, and Google that have access to massive amounts of capital and advertising related data. Last but not least, the cyclical advertising revenue exposure due to 2/3 of Roku's platform revenue coming from advertising can cause advertisers to greatly cut back during recession fears and affect Roku's ARPU. Regarding management and governance, Roku's management includes founder and CEO Anthony Wood. Anthony Wood owns 12% of all Roku shares and has focused on delivering value to customers by forming strategic partnerships and prioritizing innovation. Roku also ranks considerably favorably in ESG risks. Roku's recent environmental, social, and governance initiatives have allowed it to be an ESG-friendly company. The development of AI affects Roku in many ways. However, the opportunities far outweigh any costs. For example, Roku has recently launched a linear ad beta program that leverages AI technologies such as automatic content recognition to allow for targeted advertising. Roku is now able to provide hyper-targeting for its TV programmers. Next, Roku has also improved user experience. Roku has a new line of premium televisions called the Roku Pro Series with technologies and attributes such as local dimming and improved audio capabilities. These use machine learning and AI to improve and optimize picture settings. Last but not least, Roku has also enhanced content exploration. AI has allowed it to personalize recommendations and improve content discovery on that platform. This, alongside their multiple relationships with e-commerce platforms such as Shopify, Walmart, and DoorDash and Instacart, have allowed for a combination of shopping and entertainment to be so seamless that it has enhanced Roku's revenue streams significantly. However, AI does have substantial risk on Roku due to the need for continuous innovation to stay ahead of its competition. Last but not least, Roku's employees believe that the company is a wonderful place to work at. When I was at Roku in San Jose, I asked their employees a couple of questions, and this is what they indicated. They believed that the people they met there were the best that they had ever met, and most of their close friends and colleagues were from Roku. They also said that if you're in Roku, you're able to have a narrow niche focus and you can go experiment around and do a bunch of different things. Roku is kind of like Netflix in their work culture, and they promote innovation, and they have been able to quickly adapt, which has fostered their growth over the recent years. Thank you for listening to my presentation.